Before I started working in Laguna Woods Village, I thought I understood what this community was all about. Golf, clubhouses, retirement. And honestly, I couldn't have been more wrong. Because over the years, Laguna Woods has surprised me again and again and again. There are horses here, there is indoor archery, there are RV storage lots, there's a climate-controlled museum. Some residents tell me they're busier now than when they were working full-time. Today, I want to share 20 things about Laguna Woods Village that completely surprised me, and maybe they'll surprise you too. We haven't met. Welcome. I'm Mark Blunden with eXp Realty. My team and I help people move into and out of Laguna Woods Village and throughout South Orange County every single day. And on this channel, we talk about what life is really like here in the village. Not just the homes, but the lifestyle, the amenities, the hidden gems, challenges, and all the little details that make Laguna Woods one of the most unique communities anywhere in Southern California. And today we're going to have a little fun. Let's start with perhaps the biggest surprise of all. There are horses living inside Laguna Woods Village. The first time someone told me that, I honestly thought they were joking. Horses inside a gated 55+ community? No way. But it's true. Laguna Woods has its own equestrian center. Residents board horses there, they ride horses, they volunteer, and they take lessons. And they simply get to enjoy spending time around these beautiful animals. It's a remarkably peaceful place, and honestly, there are not many retirement communities anywhere in America where you can hop on a golf cart and go visit the horses. That completely surprised me. Here's another one. Laguna Woods has not one, but 2 RV storage facilities, and they're surprisingly large. Motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, boats. Residents who love to travel don't necessarily have to give up on that lifestyle. And I think that's an important theme you'll hear throughout this video. People don't move here to stop doing things. Many move here because they finally have time to do more of the things they enjoy. And apparently that includes road trips. This was another one I never saw coming. Indoor archery, a clubhouse one, and apparently it's quite popular. Residents can practice, learn, improve their technique, meet other archers, and enjoy a hobby that frankly I didn't expect to find in Laguna Woods. Golf? Sure. Bridge? Absolutely. Archery? Not on my bingo card. But there it is, and I love that. Because Laguna Woods continually reminds me that people don't stop discovering new hobbies simply because they retire. Sometimes retirement is exactly when people finally have the opportunity to try something completely different. Most people don't realize that Laguna Woods has an incredible history center, and inside there's a climate-controlled archive preserving decades of village history. We recently had the opportunity to visit with Gail, and honestly, you could spend hours there. There are original street signs, old newsletters, club records, historic photographs, dinnerware from galas held at Clubhouse 1, pieces from the original globe, chandeliers, artifacts, documents, memories, thousands upon thousands of items preserving the story of this community. It's fascinating, and it shows just how much pride residents have taken in preserving the history of Laguna Woods. And while we're talking about the History Center, there's something else there that completely blew me away. An enormous scale model of Laguna Woods Village. And honestly, I could stare at this thing for 20 minutes. It helps you understand just how large Laguna Woods really is. The golf courses, the clubhouses, the hillsides, the different mutuals, the gates, the roads, the green belts, the equestrian center, the RV lots, everything. And when people ask me, is Laguna Woods bigger than I think? The answer is almost always yes, much bigger. This is another feature people don't expect. Laguna Woods has its own transportation system, Easy Rider, and it's included in your HOA dues. Residents can take buses to shopping centers, medical appointments, restaurants, banks, community activities, and recently a new route was added to the Arbor Shopping Center in Lake Forest. For many residents, especially those who eventually prefer not to drive, this becomes incredibly valuable. And honestly, it's one of those amenities people often overlook initially until they actually need it. Then it becomes indispensable. This might actually be my favorite thing about Laguna Woods. Golf carts aren't just for golf. People use them for everyday life. You can drive to CVS, Mother's Market, the Coffee Bean, Audi, Home Depot, banks, restaurants, medical offices, all kinds of local businesses. The first few times I toured Laguna Woods by golf cart, I thought, this is brilliant. It's practical, it's inexpensive, it's environmentally friendly, and it's just a lot of fun. There's something about cruising around in a golf cart that puts people in a good mood. And after a while, many residents begin using their cars less and less. Need stamps, mail services, packages? Laguna Woods has a mobile USPS office located in the parking lot at Clubhouse 3, open Monday through Friday, 10 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon, everything except passports. Again, it's another small convenience, but all these conveniences start to add up. And that's something I've noticed about Laguna Woods. Daily life simply becomes easier. There are golf cart gates, dedicated pathways, multimodal routes, connections that cars simply don't have access to. Some routes save time, some provide surprisingly beautiful views, and others simply make getting around more enjoyable. The hilltop communities around Gate 14, the golf complex, the routes along and under El Toro Road, these are little adventures, and honestly, getting around Laguna Woods by golf cart is one of the most enjoyable ways to experience the community. It slows you down, you notice more, you wave at your neighbors, you stop and chat, you really appreciate the landscaping, and you start to understand why so many residents love this lifestyle. Laguna Woods residents have access to 2 publications dedicated almost entirely to village life. The Globe, a weekly newspaper available by subscription, and The Breeze, a beautifully produced magazine delivered every couple of months courtesy of Memorial Care. Club news, community updates, events, resident stories, health information, announcements, volunteer opportunities, and what I find really interesting is that these publications help keep people connected. They remind residents there is always something happening. Always another class, another concert, another meeting, another club to try. And perhaps that's one of the themes emerging here. Laguna Woods provides you with the opportunity to participate and be as active as you would like to be. Hi, it's Mark here. If you're exploring 55+ communities in Orange County, such as Laguna Woods Village, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, we'll walk you through everything from floor plans to financing, HOAs, and monthly costs. Call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom below. We're here to make your move simple and stress-free. If you ever hear someone say they are bored in Laguna Woods, I honestly think they probably haven't looked hard enough. There are more than 250 clubs here, and they cover just about every interest imaginable. Photography, travel, bridge, politics, writing, computers, languages, dance, music, genealogy, hiking, dog lovers, gardening, bird watching, table tennis, and so much more. I don't know if anyone has actually tried every club, but if they have, I would love to meet them. And what I think is really wonderful about this is that many people arrive in Laguna Woods with hobbies they've always loved and then discover entirely new interests they never knew they had. Now, when I say woodshop, you might imagine somebody's garage with a workbench and a few tools. No, this is on a completely different level. Clubhouse 4 has an impressive woodworking facility, professional grade equipment, training opportunities, talented volunteers and supervisors, people building furniture, making gifts, repairing keepsakes, learning new skills, and perhaps the best part, you don't need a giant garage attached to your house. The workshop already exists, the tools already exist, and the community already exists. You simply show up and create. Honestly, I think that's a pretty amazing concept. And speaking of Clubhouse 4, I honestly wasn't expecting this either. Clubhouse 4 feels less like a clubhouse and more like an arts campus. Ceramics, painting, glasswork, jewelry making, photography, sewing, wood carving, lapidary, textiles, pottery, probably things I still haven't discovered. For people downsizing from larger homes, this is particularly important. Many people worry about losing a craft room or a workshop or dedicated hobby space. And then they move here and discover they actually have access to better facilities than they had at home. Here's another surprise. Laguna Woods has hosted national senior tennis championships. Players travel from around the country, compete, socialize, stay active, and enjoy facilities that many communities would envy. The tennis complex consists of 10 outdoor courts in beautiful surroundings, great spectator opportunities, and an active tennis community. So yes, there is golf, but there's also some pretty serious tennis. Now, this one surprised me. 3 fitness centers, not 1, not 2, but 3. Clubhouse 1, Clubhouse 5, and the newest facility at the community center. Strength equipment, cardio machines, classes, opportunities to work on balance, mobility, flexibility, strength, and honestly, it fits perfectly with something I talk about often through Peak Life Fitness. Movement matters, and Laguna Woods makes movement remarkably accessible. People often assume Laguna Woods is mostly flat, but that's not really the case. Some neighborhoods, especially in Third Mutual, sit up on hillsides. Others overlook golf courses, and some homes have surprisingly beautiful views. Saddleback Mountains, city lights, canyon vistas, sunsets, and in certain locations, you can wake up every morning to scenery that rivals communities costing significantly more, especially inside Gate 14. And honestly, those views caught me off guard. One of the biggest lifestyle advantages here is location. Laguna Woods borders protected open space, specifically the Laguna Coast Wilderness Park bordering Third Mutual. Also, Aliso and Woods Canyon Wilderness Park is very close by. There's miles of hiking, beautiful canyons, rolling hills, and opportunities to connect with nature just minutes from your door. For me, that's one of the most underrated aspects of living here. You get the community, but you also get access to incredible outdoor spaces. There's Garden Center 1, Garden Center 2, another hidden gem. Residents grow tomatoes, peppers, flowers, herbs, citrus, vegetables, and they do it throughout the year. People spend time outside, meet fellow gardeners, exchange ideas, learn new skills, and simply enjoy working with their hands. And I think it's wonderful because gardening isn't really about growing tomatoes, it's about purpose, routine, connection, and having something to nurture. Now, very important, living near nature comes with reminders that we're not the only ones enjoying these beautiful surroundings. Residents sometimes spot hawks, rabbits, squirrels, roadrunners, and coyotes. Most residents simply learn to stay aware, keep pets close, and follow sensible precaution, and appreciate the fact that Laguna Woods sits alongside protected natural habitat. Personally, I think that's part of what makes this area so special. It reminds us that even in a large, active adult community, nature is never very far away. You have to be careful, especially when walking your pets, of those coyotes. And perhaps this was the biggest surprise for me. I can't tell you how many times I've heard residents say something like, "I don't know how I ever had time to work." Between golf, tennis, swimming, fitness classes, bridge, woodworking, ceramics, photography, volunteering, attending concerts at the Performing Arts Center, traveling, club meetings, coffee and lunches with friends, hiking groups, and so on. Before long, people realize they actually have less free time now than they did 20 years ago. And I think that's beautiful because most people move here expecting life to slow down. They imagine sitting around, watching television, taking it easy. And while there's certainly nothing wrong with relaxing, and it's very important as part of a healthy lifestyle, people discover something different when they move here. Curiosity, connection, movement, learning, friendship, and perhaps even a renewed sense of purpose. Laguna Woods is by no means perfect. No community is. There are rules, there are compromises, there are things that some people simply won't love. But after spending years exploring the neighborhoods here in Laguna Woods Village, meeting residents, helping people make the transition here, helping people move on after their time at Laguna Woods, I've come to realize that it offers so much more than people could ever imagine. And maybe that's why so many people move here expecting life to slow down, only to discover this is where life starts getting interesting again. If you've made it this far, I'd love to hear from you. What surprised you most about Laguna Woods Village? If you're already a resident, what would be your 21st surprise? Leave it in the comments below. And if you're thinking about making a move here and would like some help deciding whether Laguna Woods might be the right fit for your next chapter, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.